The Name She Couldn't Steal. Part 1. The Shirt. I bought the shirt 3 weeks before the dinner. It was light blue with white lettering, Future Big Cousin, in a playful font with little stars around it. I'd found it at a boutique baby store downtown, the kind of place I'd walked past 100 times but never had reason to enter. Until now. I'm Miriam Foster. I'm 36 years old, and for the first time in my life, I'm pregnant. It wasn't planned. I'm single. Have been for 3 years since my last relationship ended amicably but definitively. I'd spent my 20s and early 30s building my career as an environmental consultant, traveling for work, living in small apartments that barely fit me, let alone a child. Motherhood felt like something that would happen later, with the right person, under the right circumstances. But life doesn't always wait for perfect circumstances. When I saw those 2 lines on the pregnancy test, I sat on my bathroom floor for 20 minutes, just staring. Not unhappy, not scared, just adjusting to a future I hadn't planned but somehow already wanted. I told no one for the first 12 weeks. I wanted to be sure, to get past the scary early stage, to feel certain before making it real. But once I hit the 2nd trimester, once I saw the ultrasound and heard that impossibly fast heartbeat, I knew I was ready to share. My family isn't huge. My older sister, Charlotte, had a baby, Leo, 7 months ago. She's married to a software engineer named Greg, and they're the picture of suburban stability. My younger brother, Thomas, married his college girlfriend Vanessa 2 years ago. They've been loudly, proudly child-free since day one, to the point where they throw no kids allowed parties and travel to exotic locations specifically because they can. My parents, Robert and Diane, are retired teachers who live for family dinners and grandchildren. Leo's birth made them insufferably doting grandparents, and I knew another grandchild would send them into orbit. I planned the announcement for Sunday dinner at my parents' house. Charlotte was bringing Leo, and I asked if I could dress him for the evening. She'd agreed without asking why, probably just grateful for the help wrangling an infant. I arrived early, before anyone else. Leo was in his car seat, chewing on a teething ring, drooling contentedly. "Hey, little guy," I whispered, unbuckling him. "Want to help Aunt Miri with something special?" I'd brought the outfit in my purse. A careful extraction mission in the guest bathroom, where I changed Leo into the Future Big Cousin shirt and then covered it with a soft gray cardigan. "You can take this off whenever you want," I told him, kissing his fuzzy head. "No rush. But when you do, everyone's going to be so excited." Leo gurgled. He had no idea what I was talking about, but he seemed happy to be included. Dinner started normally. My mother had made her famous lasagna. My father told his usual jokes. Charlotte talked about Leo's sleep regression. Thomas and Vanessa regaled us with stories from their recent trip to Costa Rica. I was quiet, pushing food around my plate, waiting. Halfway through the meal, Leo started fussing. Charlotte picked him up, bouncing him gently. He grabbed at the cardigan, pulling at the buttons. "He's so grabby lately," Charlotte laughed. "Everything goes straight to the mouth." "He might be warm," I suggested. "Maybe take the cardigan off?" Charlotte obliged, pulling the sweater over Leo's head in one smooth motion. And there it was. The shirt. The announcement. For a moment, no one noticed. They were all eating, talking, distracted. Then my mother looked up. "Oh." She put her hand to her chest. "Oh my goodness. Charlotte, are you?" Everyone turned to look. My father dropped his fork. Thomas froze mid-sip of wine. The shirt was visible to everyone now. Future Big Cousin. "Wait," my father said, grinning. "Does this mean?" But he wasn't looking at me. He was looking at Vanessa. My brother's child-free, traveling the world, never having kids wife. "Vanessa," my mother shrieked. "Are you pregnant?" I felt my stomach drop. Vanessa's eyes went wide. She looked at Thomas, then at the shirt, then back at my mother. And instead of saying no, instead of correcting the assumption, instead of pointing out the obvious, that Charlotte had brought Leo, that I had dressed him, that this announcement couldn't possibly be about her, she smiled. Not a confused smile. Not an uncomfortable smile. A pleased, secretive, knowing smile. "Well," she said, touching her completely flat stomach, "I guess the secret's out." The table erupted. My mother started crying. My father leaped up to hug Thomas. Charlotte was squealing, asking a million questions. Everyone was talking at once, congratulating, exclaiming, celebrating. I sat perfectly still, fork in hand, watching my announcement happen to someone else. Miriam, my mother's voice cut through the noise. Don't just sit there. Say congratulations to your brother and sister-in-law. I looked at Vanessa. She was still smiling, basking in the attention, one hand resting on her stomach in that universal gesture of expectant mothers everywhere. Thomas looked stunned, but he was smiling too. Confused, but happy. Like he wasn't sure what was happening, but was going along with it. I started. My voice came out wrong. Shaky. I was the one who. I gave Leo that shirt. But no one was listening. They'd already moved on, circling around Vanessa, asking about due dates and names, and whether they'd started looking at houses with more bedrooms. I tried again. Leo is wearing that shirt because I'm pregnant. I'm the one who's. Miriam, honestly. My mother interrupted, not even looking at me. This isn't about you right now. Can you please just be happy for your brother? I looked at Charlotte. Surely she would remember that I'd dressed Leo. Surely she would say something. But Charlotte was caught up in the excitement too, hugging Vanessa, promising to share all her new mom tips. I looked at Vanessa again. Our eyes met. She knew. I could see it in her face. She knew exactly what she was doing, and she was choosing to do it anyway. I stood up. My chair scraped loudly against the floor, but no one noticed. I walked to the front door, grabbed my coat, and left. No one followed me. My phone started buzzing before I even made it to my car. Charlotte, what is your problem? You just left? Thomas, really mature Mir. Way to make everything about you. Mom, I'm extremely disappointed in your behavior tonight. Call me when you're ready to apologize. Dad, your mother is very upset. This was supposed to be a happy evening. I drove home in silence, phone buzzing continuously on the passenger seat. When I finally looked at the messages later, there were 17 of them. All variations on the same theme. I was selfish. I was jealous. I was making Vanessa's moment about me. I was being childish and petty and cruel. Not one person asked if I was okay. Not one person wondered why I'd left. I cried myself to sleep that night, one hand on my stomach, whispering apologies to the baby no one knew existed. Part 2. The truth. I woke up to 34 text messages. The first ones were from the night before, more accusations, more disappointment. But then, around 3 a.m., the tone shifted. Charlotte. Mir, call me. Something's weird. Thomas. Can you please answer your phone? Mom. Miriam, we need to talk. I made coffee, decaf, for the baby, and sat at my kitchen table, scrolling through the messages. It was 7 a.m. on Monday morning. I had to be at work in 2 hours. I couldn't deal with this right now. But my phone rang. Charlotte. I answered. What? Mir. Her voice was strange. Tight. Were you trying to tell us you're pregnant last night? I closed my eyes. Yes. Oh my God. She sounded like she might cry. Oh my God, Miri, I'm so sorry. I didn't realize. I thought Vanessa. Everyone thought Vanessa, I said flatly. Because she let you. She told Mom this morning, Charlotte said. She admitted she's not pregnant. She said she got caught up in the moment and panicked and didn't know how to correct everyone. That's bullshit. I know. Charlotte's voice cracked. Mir, I'm so sorry. I should have realized. You dressed Leo. You brought the shirt. I should have known. You should have, I agreed. But you didn't. None of you did. And when I tried to tell you, Mom shut me down. Silence on the other end. Are you really pregnant? Charlotte asked quietly. Yes. 12 weeks. Due in March. Oh, Miri. Now she was definitely crying. I'm so happy for you. This is amazing. I can't believe. Don't. I interrupted. Don't do that. Don't pretend this is still a happy moment. You all ruined it. Vanessa ruined it. And you all chose to believe her over me. We didn't know. You didn't listen, I corrected. There's a difference. My phone buzzed with another incoming call. Mom. I have to go, I told Charlotte. Mir, wait. I hung up. Let my mother's call go to voicemail. Turned my phone off entirely. I went to work. I did my job. I came home. I turned my phone back on. 47 new messages. They all wanted a do-over. A redo announcement. A second chance to get it right. My mother suggested another family dinner. We'll all act surprised, she wrote. We'll make it special for you. The thought made me physically ill. Act surprised. Like I was a child who needed to be placated. Like the real moment, the one they'd stolen, didn't matter. I texted back one message to the family group chat. No, I'm not doing a redo. What happened, happened. I'll forgive you eventually, but I'm not pretending it didn't hurt. I need space. The responses came fast. Mom, you're being dramatic. Dad, we're trying to make this right. Thomas, you're punishing us for an honest mistake. Vanessa, I already apologized. What more do you want? I muted the chat. I didn't have the energy. Part 3. The Brother. 3 days later, Thomas showed up at my apartment. It was 11 p.m. I was in pajamas, eating ice cream directly from the container, watching a documentary about sea turtles. The knock on the door startled me. I checked the peephole. Thomas, standing in my hallway with a duffel bag. I opened the door. What are you doing here? Can I stay here? He looked exhausted. Just for a few days. I need to think. I let him in. Set him up on my couch with blankets and a pillow. Made him tea. What happened? I asked. I asked Vanessa why she did it, he said quietly. Why she pretended to be pregnant when she knew. When we both knew. It was supposed to be you. What did she say? She said she wanted to know what it would feel like. To have everyone be happy for her. To be the center of attention for something positive instead of being the disappointment who doesn't want kids. He rubbed his face. She said she got caught up in the fantasy and didn't know how to get out of it once it started. That's not an excuse. I know. He looked at me. Mir, I'm sorry. I should have known. I should have listened when you tried to tell us. Yeah, you should have. Are you really pregnant? Yeah. And you're doing this alone? Yeah. He nodded slowly. You're going to be a great mom. I started crying. I hadn't meant to, but the words broke something open. Thomas hugged me. I'm sorry, he kept saying. I'm so sorry. He stayed for 5 days. During that time, Vanessa called him constantly. My family called both of us. Everyone wanted him to come home, wanted us to stop being dramatic, wanted everything to go back to normal. On day 6, Thomas went home. I love her, he told me before he left. I know she messed up, but she's my wife. I have to try. I understand, I said. And I did, even though it hurt. Don't disappear on us, Mir. Please. I want to be there for you and the baby. We'll see, was all I could promise. Part 4. The Zoom call. For months past, I'd gone low contact with most of my family. Occasional texts with Charlotte. Brief check-ins with my parents. Radio silence with Vanessa. I was 24 weeks pregnant. Solidly showing. Starting to feel the baby move. Finding out that pregnancy while working full-time and living alone was exhausting, but also empowering. I was doing this. Me. Alone. And I was going to be fine. Then the email came. A Zoom invitation. Thomas and Vanessa's gender reveal party. I stared at it for a long time. She was pregnant. Actually pregnant now. Part of me wanted to delete the email and pretend I'd never seen it. Part of me was curious. Part of me missed my brother. I RSVP'd yes. The Zoom call was scheduled for Saturday at 3 p.m. The invitation specified. Wear blue if you think boy, pink if you think girl. The only maternity dress I owned that still fit was pink. I wore it. I logged on at 3:05 p.m. The virtual waiting room filled up quickly. My parents, Charlotte and Greg, some of Thomas and Vanessa's friends, a few cousins I hadn't seen in years. Everyone was dressed in blue or pink. Making predictions. Excited. My parents were head-to-toe blue. We're so excited for Thomas to carry on the family name. My mother gushed to someone off-screen. Thomas and Vanessa appeared. They were both in pink. We're hoping for a girl, Vanessa said, smiling at the camera. But we'll be happy either way, of course. The reveal mechanism was a large balloon filled with colored confetti. Vanessa held it while Thomas stood beside her, one arm around her shoulders. Okay, everyone, Vanessa said. On 3. 1, 2, 3. She popped the balloon with a pin. Blue confetti exploded everywhere. My parents screamed with joy. My father actually jumped up and down. A boy. A grandson. The foster name continues. Everyone was clapping, cheering, typing congratulations in the chat. Thomas was smiling, hugging Vanessa, looking genuinely happy. Vanessa was not smiling. Her face had gone completely still. Frozen. She was staring at the blue confetti scattered around her feet, like it had personally betrayed her. Everyone else was too busy celebrating to notice. Congratulations. I typed in the chat. Then, because I couldn't help it, I unmuted. Congratulations, Thomas and Vanessa. A boy. That's wonderful. My baby will have a cousin close in age. They'll love growing up together. The celebration stopped. Vanessa's head snapped up, her eyes finding my video square among the gallery of participants. What did you just say? Her voice was sharp. I said congratulations. I'm happy for you both. No. The other part. About your baby. The Zoom call had gone silent. Everyone was watching now. I'm pregnant, I said simply. I'm having a baby in March. Thomas's baby will have a cousin. I probably shouldn't have said it. I'd kept my pregnancy private from most of the family, sharing only with Charlotte. But something about the moment, the celebration, the joy, the excitement, made me want to share it. To be included. Vanessa's face went red. You're pregnant? Yes. Almost 6 months now. And you're just mentioning this now? During my gender reveal? Are you kidding me? She was yelling now. Actually yelling. You're trying to steal my moment. Just like you tried to steal my announcement. Vanessa. Thomas tried to interject. No. This is exactly what she does. She can't stand that attention isn't on her. She's jealous. She's always been jealous. I felt remarkably calm. I'm not jealous, Vanessa. I'm happy for you. I was just saying that our babies will be cousins. That's all. What are you having? She demanded. Boy or girl? I'm not sharing that publicly. You're wearing pink. Are you having a girl? Is that why you wore pink to my reveal? I wore pink because it's the only dress I have that fits me right now. I'm not playing games with you. Liar. You're having a girl. I know you're having a girl. She was spiraling now, her voice getting higher, more frantic. You're doing this to hurt me. You know I wanted a girl. You know that. My parents said nothing. Charlotte looked uncomfortable, but didn't intervene. Thomas was trying to calm Vanessa down, but she was shrugging him off. I'd had enough. Congratulations on your son, I said again. I'm logging off now. And I did. Closed the Zoom window. Shut my laptop. Sat in my quiet apartment, one hand on my growing belly, and wondered what the hell was wrong with my family. Part 5. The Amazon Hack. 2 weeks later, I got a text from Thomas. Did you give Vanessa your Amazon password? I stared at my phone. No. Why would I? She knows you're having a girl. She's telling everyone. My blood went cold. I'd given Thomas my Amazon Prime login months ago, so he could watch a show. Just the Prime Video password, or so I thought. But Amazon accounts are linked. Prime Video, shopping, wish lists, everything. I opened my Amazon app. Went to my account settings. Checked the login history. There it was. 2 days ago, 11:47 p.m. Login from a device I didn't recognize. IP address in Thomas and Vanessa's neighborhood. She'd logged into my account. Gone through my order history. Seen the baby clothes. The pink blankets. The "It's a Girl" banner I'd ordered for my own private celebration. I felt violated. Sick. I immediately changed my password. Called Thomas. She went through my Amazon account, I said when he answered. She hacked my account and looked through my private orders. Mir, I'm sorry. I didn't know she would. This is insane, Thomas. Do you understand that? Your wife broke into my account to find out my baby's gender because I wouldn't tell her. That's not normal. That's not okay. She says she was just curious. I don't care. She violated my privacy. She took another moment from me. I was crying now, angry tears. She stole my announcement. She ruined your gender reveal by making it about me. And now she's stolen the reveal of my baby's gender. When does it stop? I'll talk to her. No. I was yelling now. No. You'll talk to her, and she'll cry and say she's sorry and blame pregnancy hormones, and you'll forgive her, because you always do. And meanwhile, I've had every single important moment of this pregnancy stolen or ruined by her. Silence. I'm done, Thomas. I can't do this anymore. Tell Vanessa she is not allowed to call herself my daughter's aunt. She hasn't earned it. And if you want to be in my life, in your niece's life, you need to set some serious boundaries with your wife. I hung up. Within an hour, my phone exploded. Vanessa accused me of trying to cause a miscarriage by stressing her out. My mother said I was being cruel. My father said I needed to be the bigger person. Only Charlotte texted, I'm on your side. What she did was wrong. I'm sorry. It wasn't enough. But it was something. Part 6. The name. Vanessa started sending me baby names. Not suggestions. Declarations. I'm calling dibs on Eleanor. Madison is mine. Don't even think about it. Harper. That's my name if I ever have a girl. I ignored them all. She was having a boy. These names meant nothing. But they kept coming. 4, 5, 6 names a day. A running list of dibs on names she would never use. And then, one afternoon, a text came through that made my heart stop. Rose. That's a really pretty name. I'm calling dibs on Rose. Rose. My great-grandmother's name. The woman who'd raised my mother, who'd taught me to bake, who told me stories about coming to America as a young woman. The woman whose photo sat on my nightstand. The name I'd chosen for my daughter when I was 16 years old. I didn't respond to Vanessa. Didn't acknowledge the text. Just set my phone down and sat in silence. I would name my daughter Rose. I didn't care what Vanessa said. I didn't care about Dibs. This name was mine. Had always been mine. I would announce it when she was born. And if it started a war, so be it. Part 7. The Birth. Rose Margaret Foster was born on March 12th at 6:43 a.m. She weighed 7 pounds, 4 ounces. She had dark hair and my nose and the tiniest, most perfect fingers I'd ever seen. I held her in the hospital room, just the two of us, and felt my entire world shift and resettle around this tiny human who was now the center of everything. I took a photo. Just one. Rose in a pink hospital blanket, sleeping peacefully, a small knit hat on her head. I sent it to the family group chat with a simple message. Rose Margaret Foster. Born March 12th, 6:43 a.m. 7 pounds 4 ounces. We're both healthy and doing well. The responses came immediately. Charlotte. Oh, Miri, she's beautiful. Congratulations. Rose is perfect. Mom, she's gorgeous. Can't wait to meet her. Dad. Congratulations, sweetheart. We're so happy for you. Thomas, she's perfect, Mir. Congrats. And then, from Vanessa. Rose? Really? I called dibs on that name. I didn't respond. Just turned my phone face down and focused on my daughter. The next morning, I checked Facebook out of curiosity. Vanessa had posted the photo I'd sent to the family chat. My daughter. My photo. But the caption read, "Welcome to the world, little Lily. So excited to meet my beautiful niece." Lily. Not Rose. Lily. She'd renamed my daughter in a public Facebook post. I called her immediately. Take it down. What? Vanessa's voice was falsely innocent. Take down the post. Her name is Rose. Not Lily. Oh, I know what you named her. I just think Lily suits her better. It's my special nickname for her. You don't mind, do you? Yes, I mind. Take it down. Now. You're being so controlling, Miriam. It's just a nickname. All aunts have special nicknames for their nieces. You're not her aunt. I told you that. Take down the post. She hung up on me. The post stayed up. Part 8. The Bear. 1 week after coming home from the hospital, I agreed to let my family visit. Charlotte had been begging, my parents were desperate to meet Rose, and even Thomas had called asking if he could stop by. I said yes. 1 visit. Supervised. And only if Vanessa agreed to call Rose by her actual name. They arrived at 2 p.m. on a Sunday. My mother brought a casserole. My father brought flowers. Charlotte brought a handmade baby blanket. Vanessa brought a teddy bear. A large, cream-colored teddy bear with embroidered script across its stomach. Lily. I stared at it. You're joking. It's a gift. Vanessa said brightly. I had it custom-made. Isn't it adorable? Her name is Rose. I know. But Lily is my special name for her. I told you. And I told you no. My mother took the bear, cooing over it. Oh, this is so sweet, Vanessa. Look at the embroidery work. Right? Vanessa beamed. I thought it was perfect. I looked around the room. My father was holding Rose, oblivious to the tension. Charlotte was studiously avoiding eye contact. Thomas looked uncomfortable, but said nothing. Get out, I said quietly. Everyone stopped. What? My mother looked shocked. Get out. All of you. Now. Miriam, you're being ridiculous, my mother started. No. I stood up. Took Rose from my father's arms. Held her close. I'm done being ridiculous. I'm done being the one who has to suck it up and get over it, and be the bigger person. Vanessa stole my pregnancy announcement. She ruined Thomas's gender reveal. She hacked my Amazon account. She announced my baby's gender without permission. And now she's trying to rename my daughter. And none of you, have stood up for me. Not once. My mother opened her mouth to speak. You laughed at the bear. I continued, my voice shaking. You thought it was sweet. You think I'm being controlling because I want to name my own child. I walked to the door. Opened it. Leave. Now. And take that bear with you. Miriam, my father tried. I said leave. You're not welcome here. None of you. One by one, they filed out. My mother was crying. My father looked disappointed. Charlotte whispered, I'm sorry, as she passed. Vanessa was the last one out. She looked at me with something like triumph in her eyes. You'll regret this, she said. No, I replied. I really won't. I closed the door, locked it, threw the bear in the garbage. And then I sat down with my daughter and cried. Not sad tears, Cleansing tears. Liberation tears. I was done. Epilogue. 3 months later. The job offer came in May. A transfer to our company's East Coast office. Boston. A promotion. A fresh start. I accepted it immediately. I put my apartment on the market. Packed up Rose's nursery. Said goodbye to the few friends who'd been there for me through everything. I didn't tell my family until the week before I left. The responses were predictable. Shock. Anger. Accusations of being dramatic. Only Charlotte seemed to understand. I get it, she texted. I'm sad you're leaving, but I get it. Promise you'll send photos. I promise. Thomas called me the night before I left. Me or wait. Please. Can we talk? What is there to say? I'm sorry. For all of it. For not standing up for you. For choosing Vanessa over you every time. Yeah, you did. She's getting help, he said. Therapy. She realizes what she did was wrong. Good. I hope it helps her. Do you think, someday could you forgive us? I looked at Rose, sleeping in her car seat, ready for tomorrow's long drive. Maybe, I said honestly. Someday. But not now. Right now, I need to protect my daughter. And that means protecting myself too. I understand. Take care of yourself, Thomas. And your son. Be a good dad. You too, Mir. Be a good mom. I will. I hung up. The next morning, I loaded my car with everything that mattered. Rose in her car seat. Boxes of clothes and books and photos. My grandmother Rose's recipe box, carefully wrapped in bubble wrap. I drove east toward a city I'd never lived in, toward a job I was nervous about, toward a life that was completely my own. Rose slept most of the way. When she woke up, I sang to her, told her stories about her great-grandmother Rose, the woman she was named after, promised her that she would always know her name, her worth, her value, that she would never be made small to make someone else feel big. We arrived in Boston on a Tuesday afternoon. The apartment I'd rented was small but bright, with large windows and a view of a park. I set up Rose's crib in the second bedroom, hung photos on the walls, made the space ours. That night, I sent one text to the family group chat. Rose and I made it safely to Boston. We're starting our new life. I need space, and I need time. Please respect that. I'll reach out when I'm ready. Then I left the group chat, muted my family's numbers, set boundaries that should have been set months ago. And for the first time since that disastrous dinner, I felt peace. Rose will grow up knowing her name means something. That she is named for a woman who was strong and brave and crossed an ocean for a better life. Just like I crossed a few states for the same reason. She'll know her worth. She'll know her voice matters. She'll know that sometimes, the most loving thing you can do is walk away from people who refuse to see you. And someday, maybe, we'll go back. But not until I'm strong enough. Not until Rose is old enough to understand. Not until my family proves they've changed. For now, it's just us. Me and Rose. Starting over. Building a life where our names mean what they're supposed to mean. Where we're seen, heard, and valued. Where we get to define ourselves, instead of being defined by people who never really knew us at all.